Assalamualaikum dear students, welcome to your channel The Anatomy Canvas, and in today's class I am going to explain the model of the brain. So here you can see this is the one of the beautiful colored model of the brain. I will explain the model of the brain and its different surfaces. So first you can see over here that this model of the brain, it has the superior surface, it has the lateral surface, it has the inferior aspect, and when we separate these two halves you can see the medial aspect. So these are the four surfaces of the model of the brain. First I will show you the superolateral surface. So important landmark over here, first you can say this is the longitudinal sulcus over here, which divides the two cerebral hemispheres into two halves equally. Then you can see another important landmark over here, and this important landmark is the central sulcus. This central sulcus divides the frontal lobe from the parietal lobe. In front of the central sulcus you can see this red color gyrus which is present. This is called the precentral gyrus, and behind this central sulcus you can see this purplish color gyrus which is called the postcentral gyrus or postcentral gyrus. This area in front of the central sulcus, this all is the frontal lobule. This area whole is the parietal lobule. Here you can see the occipitoparietal sulcus over here, and this occipitoparietal sulcus, this one divides this area. Anteriorly the parietal lobe and posteriorly is the occipital lobe. And here in the on this area surface you can see the lateral sulcus over here, and this lateral sulcus separates the temporal lobe from both the frontal and the parietal lobe. So first we will see, we will have a look on the frontal lobe over here. So here you can see this is the central sulcus and the precentral gyrus which is present. Then we have the superior and middle frontal sulci and supermedial and inferior frontal gyrus over here. Now you can see over here that this one is the central sulcus, and the area of the cortex which is present behind this is the parietal lobe. Then this area you can see in the green color over here, this is the occipital lobe which is present over here, and here you can see this sulcus which is present over, this is the occipitoparietal sulcus which separates the parietal lobe from the occipital lobe. Then in here you can see this one is the lateral sulcus which is separating the temporal lobe from the parietal and the frontal lobe over here. And then you have the superior and the middle temporal sulci which are present, which divides the area into superior, middle and inferior temporal sulcus over here. Now I will show you in now the base of the cerebral cortex over here. So in this area you can see this is the frontal cortex over here, the temporal lobe which is present, and the cerebellum and the brainstem you can see. So here you can see first the olfactory bulb and olfactory nerve which is present. Here you can see this one is the optic nerve and then the optic chiasma. Here you can see the pituitary gland which is present over here. Then this area which is present, this is the anterior perforated substance. Behind the pituitary gland two swellings are present which you can see over here. These two swellings which are present over here, these are the mammillary bodies, and this area is called the posterior perforated substance. This area you can see over here, this is called the crus cerebri of the midbrain. This is part of the midbrain. Here you can see this is the pons, this is the basilar sulcus which is present in the pon. Here you can see the medulla, the cerebellum, and here you can see the different nerves which are emerging from the bones. This one is the emergence of the cranial nerve 5. Here you can see the cranial nerve 6, cranial nerve 7 and cranial nerve 8 which are emerging at the pontomedullary junction over here, 6, 7 and 8 and 5. Here you can see this nerve which is the hypoglossal nerve, the cranial nerve 12 over here, and here you can see collectively the 9, 10 and 11 cranial nerve are emerging, and here you can see the spinal root of the accessory nerve, that is the 11th cranial nerve. This one is the cerebellum. Here you can see the flocculonodular lobe, the anterior and the posterior lobe of the cerebellum. Now I will separate this area Now I have separated the two half of the cerebral cortex, and to show you the medial aspect of the cerebral cortex over here. So in this model you can see that this one is the first understand that this one is the anterior aspect and this area is the posterior aspect. So when we follow from this area, here you can see this is the central sulcus, which we can follow over here as well. So this is the central sulcus. Then another important is the parieto-occipital sulcus, which is also present over here, and this is separating the occipital lobe from the parietal lobe. So next important landmark which you can see over here, this area, this is called the corpus callosum. This corpus callosum, basically these are the commissural fibers which are connecting the two half of the cerebral hemispheres. So here you can see here you can see the small area of the corpus callosum, which is called rostrum. Then it is the genu of the corpus callosum, the body of the corpus callosum, and the splenium of the corpus callosum. Above the corpus callosum, you can see over here there is a sulcus, and this sulcus is called the callosal sulcus. And above this is the limbic cortex, which is present, and also called the cingulate gyrus. And this cingulate gyrus also important, the anterior cingulate gyrus, the middle part of the cingulate gyrus, and the posterior part of the cingulate gyrus. This one is the medial frontal lobe, which is present over here. So first I will show you the area of the cortex, and then I will show you the diencephalon. So here you can see this area, this is called the paracentral lobule, which is present. This is the part of the parietal lobe. The part of the parietal lobe which is anterior to the parieto-occipital cortex is called the precuneus, and part of each which is present posterior to the parieto-occipital cortex, this is part of the occipital lobe, it is called the cuneus. Then you can see over here, this is another sulcus which is present, this is called the calcarine sulcus, and this lobe is called the lingual gyrus. This is the lingual gyrus or the lingual gyrus. Now moving on to this whole area, I have told you that this is the corpus callosum. This is the septum pellucidum, a thin septum behind which the cavity of the lateral ventricle is present. Here you can see the fornix which is present over here. This whole egg-shaped area is the thalamus, and this sulcus which separates this area from this area, this is the hypothalamic sulcus which separates the thalamus from the hypothalamus. So this area is the thalamus, this whole area is the hypothalamus. Here you can see this is the interthalamic adhesion. Now you can see some of the areas which are present over here, that this one is the posterior aspect, and here you can see the habenular commissure, the posterior commissure, and the pineal body which is present over here. And here you can see the two swellings which are part of the midbrain. These are called the superior and the inferior colliculi which are present. Anteriorly you can see important landmark over here, this is the anterior commissure over here. This area is called the optic recess, and here you can see the optic chiasma which is present over here, and from this area you can see the mammillary bodies which are present. These are the areas of the mammillary bodies. On the other half of the cerebral cortex, again you can see that this one was the anterior area, and again here you can see the anterior here. So this area which is marked 45, this is 46 over here, this is the anterior commissure. Then you can see the optic recess over here, and then the optic chiasma and the optic tract, and here you can see the stalk of the pituitary gland and the pituitary gland itself, and here you can see the mammillary body which is present. So these are the different aspects. Posteriorly here again you can see the habenular commissure, the posterior commissure, and the pineal body which are present. So this area, this is the thalamus, and this area is the hypothalamus. This all is the hypothalamus, and this area is the thalamus. This is the fornix, the corpus callosum, the stria medullaris which is present over here, and then you can see this area is the cerebral aqueduct, and then the cavity of the fourth ventricle. This is the cerebellum, the midbrain, pons, and then the medulla. Now I will remove the different parts to show you the internal structures. First I will show you this area, I will remove it. So here you can see again, as I have told you, that this one is the fornix, and this area you can see this is the thalamus. In the thalamus you can see two swellings which are present over here. If you can see it clearly, just a minute. So again, anteriorly I show that this is the area of the thalamus, this is the fornix which is present, and this is also the thalamus. And posteriorly when we go behind, you can see the two swellings which are present over here, and these two swellings are the medial and the lateral geniculate body. So here you can see the superior and inferior colliculi, and here you can see the medial and lateral geniculate bodies which are present, which are collectively called the pulvinar of the thalamus also. Now this is the area of the fornix, and above you can see that this is the caudate nucleus which is present, and here you can see this area, this is the internal capsule, and behind this internal capsule is the area, this is also the caudate nucleus which is present over here. So now I will show you the internal aspect of this area. So here you can see I have removed the diencephalon from this area, and here you can see this one was the location of this internal capsule, and this is the corpus callosum, and these all are the callosal fibers of the corpus callosum which are present, and this area is the area of the thalamus. Now I will remove this part. First I will show you the inferior aspect in detail. Here you can see the one which is marked in brownish mustard color. This is basically the limbic cortex, and in this limbic cortex you can see the while I will place it in proper anatomical position, this is the anterior aspect and this one is the posterior aspect. So of this limbic cortex, this area is called the uncus, and this area which is present posteriorly, this is the parahippocampal gyrus, which is in relation to the inferior temporal gyrus. Now I will remove this part of the cerebral cortex. Here you can see now again that, as I have told you, that this is the internal capsule and the thalamus, and again you can see the part of the internal capsule over here. So this is the area of the corpus striatoputamen and the globus pallidus over here, and then this was the caudate nucleus, the putamen and the corpus striatum, and outer to corpus striatum, this is the external capsule, not the internal one. This one is the external capsule, here is the internal capsule, and outer to this external capsule there is the colostrum and then the insular cortex which is present. So these are the different parts which you can see on the interior aspect of the brain. Also you can see over here, then I have removed different areas. So this was the corpus callosum on inner aspect, you can also see, and here is the internal capsule, and this is the area of the thalamus. So this is all about this module. Thank you very much for your attention, and Allah Hafiz till the next class.